is your April 20th general daily read. It's not going to resonate with everyone. That's because it's general for the collective. That's okay. There's plenty of other content here on the channel. All right. It's not directed at any particular sign or any area, any particular area of life. We just read what comes out, and I trust that the strongest message that needs to come out will for whoever may need to hear it. All right. So April 20th, one more, and then we'll start to read. I hope these messages find everyone in good health and good wealth and good spirits. And I thank everyone for being here with me and supporting me and allowing me to connect with your energy. And I thank anyone or anything, any deity that does choose to come forward and help me with these messages for any of you today. But most of all and most importantly, as always, I thank my creator above all. All right. So we have two kittens. You must choose. You know, this kind of energy has kind of been coming out. The cutting away of things, the making a decision, the standing firm on something, and really, yeah, just making this decision. That is a number 9, 27. That is number 9, and that is, you know, to me, what it signifies to me is the wrapping up of a chapter, right? It's those final loose ends and wrapping something up before you get to the 10, before you get to the sort of finale, right? The part where you can really take a break before you start over completely. So, yeah. Also, we've been getting a lot of Two of Pentacles energy, Two of Cups energy, Two of Wands energy, Temperance energy, Justice energy, a lot of this like Gemini, Lovers energy. We've been getting a lot of this duality, okay? We've been getting a lot of, you know, there's been a lot of shadow work that's been coming through, a lot of balance that's been asked of us, okay? That's been sort of coming through in these messages here lately. So take that into consideration. The mermaid in the koi pond. All right, rediscover your individuality and become the dragon. That's 41. That's a 5. Okay, I see 5 as taking responsibility for your actions. It can be losses, yes. It can be conflict, yes. But overall, I believe I really kind of see it as massive change and taking responsibility for ourselves, for our actions, and for obviously our decisions. Now, there has been a lot of messages that have recently come out about rediscovering yourself, about taking your own individual unique path in something. As a matter of fact, I think that's kind of the overall message that came out for Gemini in the bonus read yesterday. But it has been coming out of rediscovering yourself, sort of breaking up with your toxic self. We've been getting these messages all week, actually, or for a couple of weeks, really. Okay. And then we're moving on to the fairy, or the fairy. The fairy? Is that fairy? Ring? Yes, that's how you spell fairy. Fairy. Why does that look so odd to me? The fairy ring. It looks so odd to me, y'all. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. New skills, advanced training, and rapid improvements. It's a 37, so now we're jumping to the 10 energy, okay? And we have been getting like massive leaps forward. So once we break up with our toxic selves, I think yesterday's read, it came out where it's kind of looking like the first day of what it would look like if you were to break up with your toxic self, right? What that would look like for everyone. And so I think this is really beautiful. And then Miss Spiderweb, okay? Reconsider your alliances and make new connections. Again, we have a 5, okay? So we're taking responsibility for who we surround ourselves with, right? Who hurts us, who has the ability to do so. This is also something that has been coming out for us in recent reads, okay? So, and also when I think of a spider web, you know, the spider is the center point of a lot of creation stories, okay? And that is because, you know, we create the web, kind of like the inner web, right? Kind of how we network with people and how we, you know, everything, right? The web, the spider web, this web that we create, these networks that we create, these connections that we create. And so that's what I think, like, what are you creating for yourself? All right, reconsider your alliances and make new connections. And not only that, but like with the people that are hurting you, especially we've had a lot of karmic lessons and energies coming through recently. And as we approach more closely to the Scorpio full moon, you kind of get in this energy that is like really diving deep into what is life? What is my life, right? Where am I and why am I here? And who's really responsible for that, okay? Who's had the ability to hurt me? Who, maybe pulled the okey doke on me? Who did this? Who did that? Why are they acting like this? We had in one reading, it was sort of that, I think it was Taurus, which was like, don't tell me what they said about me. Tell me what made them so comfortable to say it to you, and what was your response while you're so quick to come and tell me. And so it's really important that we take responsibility of who we have around us at this time, and not, okay, so we can't control people's actions and reactions, right? But we also don't have to have them around us, right? So what did they do? Oh, they did this to me, they did that. Well, did they? I mean, they only did what you allowed them to do. Okay, so I think that's really, really important when we're looking at this card. Like, reconsider your alliances and make new connections with this number 5. You got to take responsibility of who you've allowed to be in your circle, who you've allowed yourself to connect with. Okay, and was it actually a mistake, or was it a karmic lesson that you both needed to learn in your own way? Okay, and are you going to grow from that? Or are you going to let it hinder you? Are you going to continue to say, oh my God, you did this and this and that to me? Or are you going to stand up and be like, well, shit, yeah, that happened. Yeah, that happened. I let that happen, and I'm not going to let it happen again. Okay, let's get some tarot out. Seven of Swords in the reverse position with the Eight of Swords. This choice that's coming up, or these choices that have been coming up, I think you've been presented with enough information here, is kind of the feeling that I've been getting. It's like you've seen something. It's like you've acknowledged something. You've seen it for what it is. You have enough information to go off of. If somebody, was kind of sly or portraying themselves as something that they weren't, or a situation, even, let's say a job, or some degree, or some opportunity, or whatever, maybe was portraying itself as something that it wasn't. For a time, maybe you were fooled, but I do believe in the sort of energy that I've been feeling and getting is like, no, you have seen something. You've seen enough. You've got enough of the puzzle pieces there. Puzzle pieces have also been coming through a lot lately. But you have enough of those pieces. You've seen enough where the more, like I said over here, did they really do that to you, or did you allow them? People are only going to get away with what you allow them to get away with. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Swords in the reverse and this Eight of Swords back to back. It's like, you saw something, you acknowledged it for what it was. Now you chose not to act on it, or you chose to accept more of it, or you chose to try to change it, or you chose to maybe try to convince yourself that that's not what it was, or maybe you thought it was going to change, or whatever you decided to do. But at some point you agreed to it and decided to go along with it. And I think that's, this sort of self-deception that we have going on here of your own mind. Like, it is what it was, and you saw or allowed it to be what you wanted it to be. And I think that's a space that we all get caught up in. There's no shame in it. It's part of life. I think it's natural to some degree. And I think it's just important that we recognize it. And I think that's kind of the energy that we're in currently. With this Five of Coins. One second, I'm gonna try to get this door. I don't know what it's doing. It just all of a sudden stopped latching, so I'll have to go get a new doorknob, which is not a problem. But because it's such a beautiful day, I have all the windows open, and it's sort of blowing the door back and forth. So I apologize for that background noise. Anyways, I should have fixed it. Okay, Five of Coins. There may be some fear of poverty, and then again, we say, poverty is a mindset, and it is. But also, sometimes you have to step out. Sometimes you have to step away. Sometimes you have to step or allow even other people to step away, so it can give you the space and the freedom that you need to rediscover yourself. And it can feel really freaking lonely in those places. I mean, it can feel so just depressing, and almost like you're never going to get up again, and nothing is ever going to work out for you, and everyone leaves you, and you can have all of these, all of these feels, right? But in reality, when you are left with nothing but you, it's sort of like if you've ever been in a situation or a relationship, or a job, whatever it is, if you've ever been in any kind of a situation where the fingers are constantly being pointed at you, at some point you think, well, most people think, I think, maybe you don't, but at some point most people think to themselves or even say out loud, you know what then? Screw this, I'm out of here. Because if I'm the problem, if I am always the problem, then when I take myself out of the equation, you should have a solution, correct? And 9 times out of 10, that doesn't solve the problem, because 9 times out of 10, there's so much more at play there. But you don't know that, and they don't know that until you get on down the road. And so when you're left there with nothing but yourself, to look at yourself, to read yourself, to expand on yourself, to talk to yourself, to get comfortable with yourself, to analyze yourself, to rediscover your individuality and become the dragon. That's what this is. So if you're experiencing a point of where you, as I received a message earlier today, wow, I just remembered this, because I was a little out of it whenever they messaged me. But they said almost verbatim, I'm still on my way to rock bottom. I hear it's all the rave or all the place to be or something like that. So if you catch yourself in a situation or in a way of, an energy of here lately or to come, where you just feel like you're constantly on that path to rock bottom, or you continue to hit rock bottom, or you've been at rock bottom and you just can't get up. That's not the case. You can always get up. You can always get up. And I have told y'all the story of the koi before, but I'll tell you the story again, and I'll tell you why. My koi is swimming down, and there's a reason for that. The koi always swims up in the story, but you can see like my koi that I still haven't finished after all of these years, he's swimming down. I'm gonna finish him one day, I promise. I'll be doing other shit. It's easy to let go and come back whenever you are the tattoo artist. Anyway, when the koi swims upstream because he is overcoming all the obstacles, right? He swims up the waterfall to signify or symbolize overcoming all the obstacles. And when he reaches the top of the waterfall, he becomes the most mystical dragon that there is. And that's sort of symbolic of the person overcoming all of the obstacles and making it to the top anyways, right? Avoiding all of the temptation and continuing to go against the grain and come out powerful on the other side, mystical, powerful, illuminated, and all of these things. And you often see the lotus with the koi fish, and that is because the lotus grows in the most disgusting, murkiest of waters. It's really nasty water, and it doesn't look like anything beautiful is going to grow there, and yet the lotus grows there, and it blossoms overnight. And so it's really symbolic of rock bottom. It's symbolic of something so disgusting and ugly that doesn't look like it would bear any fruit, producing the most beautiful flower, or one of the most beautiful flowers in the world. And then we could go into the lotus root and what that symbolizes, and the lotus silk, and what this flower actually produces, and how beautiful and important this flower is. We won't today, though. Maybe we will in another day, or maybe you should go research that on your own. But the only way you get there is by being with yourself. That's why they call it a unique journey, baby. You can't, you have to walk in your own shoes. No one else can do it for you. And this is why we don't judge. This is why, well, I think we judge by nature, but you know what I mean? This is why we try to not judge, or not judge so harshly, because we don't know what it's like to be that person. We don't know what it is to walk a mile in their moccasins. And let's be real, we don't really want to know. Just like they don't want to know what it's like to walk in ours. Not really. I'll leave you to it. I'm here, I'll leave you to it. Ten of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, new skills, advanced training, and improvements with this 37, this 10, and coming with this 10. Now, the Ten of Cups is in the reverse position, but look at all this. Of course, you're unsettled. You're unsettled because you're needing to make a choice. You need to cut some things out. You're needing to get rebalanced. Okay, you're on the way. You're on the way up. Okay, you're going there. You're getting there. Okay. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some work, okay? But I think you're going to be fine. This Ten of Cups, yes, it's in the reverse, but I don't really feel like it's that big of a deal. I feel like, yeah, okay, it's a little bit discomforting. It's a little bit discontent. It's not like, yeah, I mean, it's not a picnic, right? Okay, cool, fine. What is? What is? Let's not cry about it. I'm hearing like, let's not cry about it. Like, okay. Okay. and like grow up. I'm hearing get a pair. All right, Nancy, let's not cry about it now. Come on. Interesting. This is like this is spirit, like truth is truth and tough love is tough love, and I don't have time. It's like, there's no crying in baseball. Okay, King of Wands. It did fall on the floor, so I'm just going to kind of keep it over here. I honestly don't know if it fell in the reverse or in the upright. Okay, but I do know that there's some actions being taken. Here are some actions that's being called for to be taken with this reconsider your alliances and make new connections. Not only take action for who you're going to have in your life, but also take action to who you respond to, and take action and responsibility to who is allowed to make you feel a certain type of way. And that is something that has also been coming through here recently. The Nine of Cups. Yeah, what do you want? What type of connections do you want? What type of alliances do you want? Who do you want in your life? Because no one can be in your life that you don't want in your life. I don't care who they are. No one has a right to be a part of you and your experience and your reality if you say no. I don't care if they're your mother, your father, your husband, your brother, your cousin, Jimmy Joe round the way, or Susie Q down that way. I don't care. No one, if you say no. Now, it may hurt some feelings. You may look like an ass. It may cause you to be isolated. It may cause you to, I'm hearing blacklisted for some of you. For some of you, this is in the industry. This message is resonating on in the industry, in your career type of level. But I don't, look, Nancy, I ain't got time. We're not going to sit in the corner and cry anymore. We're not the victim. You want, you say, you take, you sit, you stand, you walk. Okay? That's how it's coming through. With the Eight of Wands, like I said, there's so much fast acting energy here and messages coming through. For someone, I feel like you've been getting this message. You knew that you were not on your divine path. You knew that shit wasn't right because of the arguments or I'm hearing this sediment. I don't know what exactly that's meaning, but you knew that something wasn't working out. You knew that no matter how hard you worked in this area, all of the stumbling blocks that were being created and all the blocks that were being put in your path, you knew that something was wrong. You knew that something was off, either with the decision that you made, the path that you took, or the people that you allowed in it. And that's been illuminated. I think I said that already. It's been illuminated to you. That's been shown. Like, you're seeing everything for what it is, and that's to get you back up. We've been getting Queen of Wands energy as well. That's to get you back up. I'm hearing I'm back in the saddle again. Aerosmith, go read the lyrics. Okay, Chariot, we're moving forward. Okay, we're moving forward independently. We know who we are, and okay, that's what I have for you. I'll see you next time.